Welcome to our show titled The Ups and Downs of Sugar. Have you ever wondered why people enjoy consuming sugary foods and drinks? Researchers say that when our species first arrived on Earth, they lived in the wild and found that sweet things gave them energy. At the same time, edibles that were bitter or sour often caused discomfort or illness. So, as we adapted and developed, our brain learned to associate sweetness with pleasure. Fruits, vegetables, and grains are categorized as carbohydrates and have naturally occurring sugars. They also contain other substances that benefit our health. For example, dietary fiber consists of cellulose, lignin, and pectin, which slow down digestion. Slower is better because our body processes carbohydrates to yield glucose and fructose. As glucose enters the bloodstream and the level of blood sugar rises, our pancreas responds by releasing insulin. This hormone regulates the amount of glucose in the blood by prompting specific cells to absorb it for future use. But with the advent of convenience foods, also known as processed foods, in the mid-20th century, companies started adding sugar to enhance the flavor or prolong the shelf life of their products. Regrettably, we can have too much of a good thing and suffer an unpleasant result. If we constantly consume large amounts of sugar, it will affect not only our teeth and gums, but our cells will likely become resistant to insulin, setting the stage for diabetes. Traces of sugar are everywhere in the foods we eat every day. All our bread, pizza, and savory foods contain it in one form or another, not to mention decadent treats such as cakes, cookies, and sweet beverages. Some sugars are more noticeable, while others hide in the condiments and sauces. As a society, are we consuming too much sugar? Generally speaking, the answer is probably yes. According to the American Heart Association, adults in the United States ingest an average of 77 grams of sugar per day. Compare that with the recommended daily allowance of 36 grams or 9 teaspoons for men and 25 grams or 6 teaspoons for women. Excessive sugar consumption is strongly associated with weight gain and type 2 diabetes and can bring on many other harmful health conditions. Without fiber, sugar is easily and quickly absorbed, leading to a surge in glucose and more insulin secretion. Such a situation can make us feel sluggish and irritable due to fluctuating blood sugar levels. If we do nothing to improve this condition, it may have a long-term effect on our mood. Multiple studies have verified this correlation. In 2017, Scientific Reports published the findings of a survey involving more than 23,000 participants. As their consumption of sugar increased, so did the incidence of depression. An earlier study looked at the possible downsides of a diet high in refined sugar and saturated fat, which is frequently the norm in Western countries. This undesirable combination reduces the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a chemical that contributes to the viability of neurons needed for learning and memory storage. Insufficient BDNF can put us at a greater risk for dementia and other degenerative conditions. According to the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health in Massachusetts, USA, sweetened beverages are the main source of added sugars in the American diet, and their consumption in other countries continues to increase as marketing campaigns influence growing urban populations. Do you know how much sugar is in a single can of cola? The amount ranges from 7 to 10 teaspoons, which means that at the high end, only one drink can exceed the recommended daily allowance. But another concern about sugary drinks is that many contain high fructose corn syrup. This liquid sweetener is made from cornstarch as a cheaper alternative to sucrose from sugarcane and sugar beet. Fructose is metabolized by the liver, which converts any excess into fat. If consumption continues unchecked, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and cirrhosis may result. Additionally, Fat may be released into the bloodstream and find its way to the coronary arteries. High blood pressure and increased risk of death from cardiovascular disease are the unfortunate ultimate outcomes. What are some other reasons to reconsider the amount of sugar in our diet? Glucose is the brain's primary fuel source, but an overabundance may cause inflammation and disturb cognitive processes. The American Academy of Neurology noted in 2013 that elevated glucose could impair learning and the ability to recall memories. Researchers also found that mental functions improve with lower glucose levels within the normal range. We need a variety of micronutrients to convert sweets and refined carbohydrates into energy. Highly processed food has zero or very little nutritional value, so our body has to pull cofactors such as vitamin B, zinc, magnesium, and chromium from its reserves to complete the digestive process. Sugar also creates a hormone imbalance that confuses the brain into thinking we have eaten enough. A lack of wholesome food will cause further malnutrition. Sugar contributes to nutrient loss in other ways. Eating too many sweets can increase the urinary excretion of calcium and magnesium. Moreover, calcium absorption in the intestines is reduced, and less active vitamin D is available. Hence, bones may lose tissue and we increase the risk of osteoporosis. Medical researchers tell us that sugar-laden foods irritate and damage the gut mucosa, the lining of the stomach and intestines. The digestive process is compromised and nutrients are not absorbed properly. In addition, certain beneficial bacteria are wiped out, creating an imbalance in the microbiome that may affect everything from our immune system to our state of mind. Overconsumption of sugar has a few more unwelcome side effects we should be aware of. It has been linked to inflammation throughout the body, particularly in joints. Many patients with rheumatoid arthritis have reported increased swelling and pain after indulging in desserts and soft drinks. Excess sugar may also bind with protein molecules in the blood to form advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These modified proteins can damage collagen and elastin, causing our skin to wrinkle and sag prematurely. Awareness of sugar's many drawbacks does not mean we must give it up entirely. Our knowledge can empower us to be more cautious and make better choices. The thing is, many store-bought food items contain added sugar that we did not suspect. For example, products with the words low fat and diet on their packaging often include sugar as an ingredient for better taste and texture. Even soups and sauces that are supposed to be savory may be sweetened discreetly. So, here are some practical suggestions and reminders for cutting back on sugar. Get into the habit of reading the nutrition facts on labels. As you check the carbohydrates and sugars, remember that the grams listed are for the stated serving size and be on the watch for high numbers. Organic and unrefined products may cost more, but they usually contain more nutrients. Consider alternatives to your habitual choices. Some examples would be swapping cookies for fresh fruit, ketchup for salsa, and ready-made salad dressing for oil and vinegar. Limit your intake of starchy foods and consume them with vegetables that contain fiber. And by all means, drink plenty of water. It promotes a sense of fullness, curbing your appetite for unnecessary snacks and beverages. Incidentally, please avoid feeding sugar to infants. From ages 2 to 18, the recommended daily allowance is 25 grams or 6 teaspoons. High sugar intake during childhood may lead to unhealthy cravings later in life and various physical and mental health issues. In 2009, the British Journal of Psychiatry published the results of a survey studying violent behavior in adults. Nearly 70% of the participants reported eating candy and other sweets almost daily as children. If you understand the importance of regulating sugar consumption, you will surely want to help your loved ones do the same. As with adopting an organic whole food vegan diet, the sooner we begin, the better. To achieve personal health and happiness and establish peace and prosperity on earth, we must make wise decisions. God has provided the means and pointed out the path. What remains is for us to walk in faith toward the light. Purposeful viewers, thank you for being with us today.